Hello and welcome back to Geek TV, the weekly web series that loves Doctor Who so much we want to kiss it to death. Being Human creator Toby Whithouse returns to the fold this week with the first in a new spooky two-part adventure. But was Under the Lake underwhelming or must-see television? First of all, it's great, I think, to see Doctor Who return to the base under siege format. It's produced countless examples of that sort of story since the 1960s, and for me it never gets old. You got the Doctor, his companion, a sort of ramshackle crew, and then they're trapped together in a claustrophobic environment, trapped against the monsters, and for me that format never gets old, always produces decent chills, decent scares, decent tension. And speaking of tension, this is an episode just absolutely packed with it. It's packed with atmosphere, has some genuinely creepy moments. The monsters, the ghosts this week, I found them genuinely scary. I'm 28, I'm almost 29, basically pushing 30, and I still found these monsters scary. I think if I'd seen that cliffhanger where the Doctor is transformed into a ghost, if I'd seen that as a kid, I would have had nightmares, to put it mildly. And speaking of the cliffhanger, I also like how it looks like this is going to be a two-part adventure, but one with two decidedly different halves. We're going to change location, even change the time setting for the next episode. I also like that Under the Lake was quite an uncomplicated adventure. It's quite simple storytelling. We've seen a lot of the Doctor and Clara facing up to these big personal crises, and there was none of that this week. They're just two heroes. They arrive in the TARDIS, stumble upon a crisis, and resolve to fix it. And I like that. I found that quite refreshing after recent story developments. But, and there is a but, this episode is not perfect. You've got a terrific supporting cast, I think, but Toby Whithouse's script doesn't always make the best use of them. So Colin McFarlane, I think he's a great actor. He's kind of wasted as Moran, he barely features. Stephen Robertson, fantastic as Pritchard, maybe not used as much as he should have been. Arsha Ali as Bennett. It has a few nice character moments, but overall there's a lot of him just being forced to deliver a quite dull scientific jargon. He's kind of Mr. Exposition, and so in that sense Under the Lake is almost kind of the extreme opposite to Magician's Apprentice, or particularly Witch's Familiar, which was all about quite slow-paced, deliberate character development at the expense of action. Where Toby Whithouse does score, though, is in the portrayal of the Doctor and Clara. Stephen Moffat has talked a lot about this being the glory years of those two characters. They're just out in time and space having a brilliant time, and there is an infectious sense of fun about their relationship here. Peter Capaldi, Jenna Coleman, they've got a brilliant kind of back and forth, and you can tell that because it's quite a classic, quite traditional feeling adventure, Peter Capaldi, as a Doctor Who fan, he's clearly having a lot of fun. I've always found there's a little bit of elements of Patrick Troughton to his performance, but particularly quite a lot of Tom Baker to his performance, and this week it just reeks of Tom Baker, his performance, and in a good way. So overall, for me, there's a lot to like about Under the Lake. No, it's not perfect, and the supporting characters are a little thin, but it's high tempo, it's kind of a classic feeling adventure, it's given a modern sheen, and I look forward very much to finding out what happened before the flood. So I'll see you next time for more Geek TV.